Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dukowitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this: clip up or clip down. So my boys, they go to a private school here in the area, and one of the cool things that has happened since Wyatt started there in kindergarten, and now Watson's there in kindergarten, and they're still doing it up into second grade, where they do this thing called clipping up or clipping down. In other words, everybody starts the day at a level green, okay? So it's like everybody starts the day assuming they are good, right? We're just good little boys and girls. And as you go throughout the course of the day, you get clipped up or clipped down. So if I make good decisions or I do things that are nice or kind or I'm listening, there's all kinds of basically quote unquote reward systems here where you get clipped up. So if I do something good and it gets noticed and it's maybe above and beyond, then a teacher might say, hey, Watson, you get to go clip up to blue. Or, hey, Wyatt, you just got a dojo point. Super cool app on the phone called, I think it's Dojo Class or Class Dojo. Super cool app because the teacher actually gives them points, and then we get notified. And at the end of the day, we can sit down and talk to Wyatt about the points that he got and how he got them. And I'm proud to say that Wyatt's like kicking butt in his class in getting points. It's super cool. He's probably in like the top 3 or 4 kids getting points. And so it's what happens though is that so if you also do something that might be a bad decision, right? You're not a bad kid. Nobody's a bad kid. You're not a bad adult. But sometimes we make bad decisions. We need to make some different decisions. And so maybe I just made a bad decision. It doesn't make me a bad person. It just I made a bad decision. It wasn't the best decision I could have made. And so I might get clipped down. I might lose a dojo point. If I'm at green, I might move down to yellow. And if you keep getting clicked down, in Watson's case, if you kept getting clicked down, I believe it's down to black, then now he gets sent to the principal's office. Or red, he gets sent to the principal's office. And this really got me to thinking, as everything does, I start thinking about like you and I. Like, how would your day go if you looked at your day and your performance and the things that you're doing and how you're acting and how you're responding? Are you having, even at this point in time, no matter when you're listening to this, oh, I just got up a little bit ago, or I've been up for 8 hours, would you be getting clipped up today? Have you done the types of things? Do you have the behaviors and the habits that would clip you up, that would see you acting in accordance to not what society thinks? And that's not what this is about, but in accordance to your values, in accordance to the integrity that you have within your own soul. Like, where would you end up the day? Would you end up the day as a person who's gotten clipped up or you've gotten 5 points? Or would you end the day as a person who, you know what, I started the day at green, I ended the day at green. I didn't really do anything that was above and beyond. I didn't do anything special. I just kind of showed up. Or would you end the day going, man, what a shitty day. I was really mean to that person in the grocery line. I can't believe I flipped off the person while I was sitting at the stoplight, and I've been cranky all day. Where would you end up? And what I love about this is because it's kind of, I'm a type of person that at the end of the day, I have a journal here. It's called our Daily Reflect and Project. And I sit down and I reflect on my day and then I project any course corrects that I need to make for tomorrow or things that I want to make sure I keep doing tomorrow. And it's so cool because it forces me to I look at my energy like, okay, where did I start my day in my energy? And where did I end my day in with my energy? And where was the shift in my energy throughout the course of the day? In essence, what I've created is my own clip up or clip down system. And I bring this to you because it's a worthwhile question because it's so easy to drift. It's so easy to start the day on the wrong side of the bed, getting out of the wrong side of the bed and maybe have a tough time. Like, look, this whole entire week has been brutal for getting our kids to school. Now, typically it's difficult anyway, but it has been especially difficult because we're leaving for Florida. And so our kids are all excited and jacked up about Florida. They are not excited and jacked up about going to school. So, we've had to work very hard to get them out the door, and I've had to bring my tone up a bit in getting them moving, and so has mommy. Now, I'm not talking like full out yelling, but I'm just talking like we've had to change our tone. Like, hey, it's time to get going. Let's go. And let them know we're like serious. We need to move. And so you're not going to get a dojo point for that. You're not going to get clipped up for that as a child, and I'm not going to clip up for that as an adult. And you go, well, yeah, but as an adult, sometimes, no. I know there's certain ways that I want to act that are in accordance with how I want to raise my boys. And so I just need to find different ways to get things done. That's my realization. So if I look at that and I go, okay, well, I wouldn't have necessarily gotten clipped down, but it wasn't a great decision. How can I course correct throughout the course of the day? If it happens 3 and 4 times throughout the course of the day, kind of like a teacher saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, the third time the teacher might say, you need to go clip down. I asked you 3 times, you didn't do it, you need to clip down. So if you look at your own habits, maybe I look at embody and I say, okay, where would I clip up or clip down, or would I be the same today? I had a good workout today. It wasn't a great workout. It wasn't over the top. I can still move my arms and my legs. So I go, okay, well, I'm probably going to get a green in my workout today. And then I look at my spirituality, my meditation, and I go, it was a pretty decent meditation, but it didn't feel like it was above and beyond. It didn't really I didn't feel cranking afterwards. Like, okay, well, I'm probably at a green there. And I look at my relationships and say, you know what? I snapped at the kids and I snapped at my wife. Oh, you know what? You got to clip down until you find a way to get yourself regrouped and refreshed in your relationship with your kids and with your family. And then I look at work and I go, okay, well, with work, I'm not even there yet. So I'm still at a green and I have to, right? So it's like you can go through this assessment and imagine if you did that through the day. You just paid attention to yourself. Maybe you have a notebook or your phone and you just recognize that was really cool that you went and you helped that woman put groceries in her car. That was awesome. You saw that she was having a difficult time. You get clipped up for that. That was kindness and generosity. You should get clipped up for that. And then all of a sudden you got home and maybe you had things cleaned up for your spouse or significant other and they got home and it's typically maybe you don't do that and then all of a sudden you did do it. Clip yourself up. Man, that'd be a great habit to get into consistently. And it's essentially it's a reward system if you think about it. I mean, for Wyatt, they do. After 50 points, they get a reward. They get something and then they start over at 0 again. You get up to another 50, you get another reward. He just got his first reward a few days ago. But you still have to earn the points. And there's a certain point in time after that you get something. And so when he was in kindergarten, in first grade, there's no reward. Look, man, you just get clipped up or clipped down. We're just trying to teach you habits and behaviors that are congruent and in accordance with, listening. And if somebody asks you to do something, that maybe you do it. And so I got to think about this in terms of you and I and in life. I thought, how cool would that be if we have a discussion about this today where you just look at your life. Look at your life across body, being, balance, and business. And are you living a life where you're clipping up? Are you living a life where your habits are strong, beautiful, growing, expanding habits that would clip you up? Or do you have some habits that you realize in retrospect, man, I really need to change those habits. I'm an asshole. Oh, man, I see it. I'm an asshole. When it comes to my relationships, I'm an asshole. So I would clip down on my relationships until I find some different ways to be acting and presenting myself and just being a different person and showing up in a way that is actually more connecting with people instead of being a jerk. Or, right, you just look at it something like that, to be honest with yourself. And this is hard for people because a lot of people want to listen and just kind of go oh yeah, you've heard me do a podcast before, The Words That Kill You, oh, I do that already. Well, most people don't do this. Most people don't look at their behavior and they literally grade themselves. Most people just react. If they're an asshole, maybe they feel bad about it and then come back later and maybe apologize, or they don't. They just forget about it and they just try to act differently. What would happen if we became more intentful in our life? What would happen if we became more aware in our life of our actions and how we were through the course of a day? You stack up 3 or 4 or 5 moments of being a jerk or a butthead, guess what? Your productivity will go down. But when you start to stack up kindness and generosity and leadership and assertiveness and all things that can help you to just create a swagger and a positive energy, your productivity goes through the roof. And when I say productivity, I don't mean just in work. I mean in all areas of your life. So this is a worthwhile topic. I hope you'll take me up on it. Simply just sit down and look at yourself. So far today, where would you be if you were looking at your life? If you just want to say, look at your life, where would you be? Are you clipping up? Are you clipping down? Where are your behaviors and your habits? Are they worthy of clipping you up or clipping you down? And maybe it's time to take a look at those and make a few changes when it comes to your habits and behavior so that you can get clipped up every single day. All right, that's all I've got for you here today, folks. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where, as always, we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. We'll hear you next time.